Hello, hi, ciao. Welcome back to another episode of the BHS Africa Pod. My name is Julian. Everyone calls me Julz, and I will be your host on this YouTube channel and podcast where we talk about all things marine and ocean science. Sometimes we look at wellness and we also recite poems, which I love so much. For I believe in a world where our oceans are used sustainably and our climate is not affected by how we choose to live. So today we'll be looking at how Africa and Kenya in particular is safeguarding its oceans and doing so much to climate proof against things like global warming. So buckle up and let's do this. One of the ways through which Kenya is safeguarding its coastal wealth is through creating marine protected areas, or MPAs in short. Kenya has established marine protected areas along its coastline, some of which you might be aware of, like the Mombasa Marine Park and Game Reserve, Kisitempunguti Marine Park and Reserve. I'm sure some of you have gone either snorkeling or scuba diving in these marine parks. These MPAs act as havens for marine life, safeguarding critical habitats and preserving our biodiversity. The second way through which Africa and Kenya is safeguarding its coastal wealth is through promoting sustainable fishing practices. These practices prevent overfishing and protect our fish populations. Initiatives like the Smart Fish Program provide training to local fishermen on responsible fishing methods. Additionally, Africa and Kenya, by extension, has developed several sustainable fishing policies that further preserve and protect our coastal wealth and resources. Supporting coral reef restoration is another way through which Kenya is safeguarding its coastal resources. Kenya's coral reefs are home to a diverse array of marine species. Recognizing their importance, there are many conservation organizations and governments alike that engage in coral reef restoration projects. These efforts include coral nurseries where damaged corals are rehabilitated and transplanted back into the ocean. Kenya is also safeguarding its coastal wealth through supporting mangrove conservation. Mangroves are vital ecosystems that provide habitats for marine life and act as buffers against coastal erosion. Organizations such as the Mikoko Pamoja project in Kenya work with local communities to restore and conserve mangrove forests, recognizing their significant ecological and economic value. Africa's coastal nations, or Africa's nations with a coastline, are addressing the issue of marine plastic pollution through awareness campaigns or banning the use of certain categories of plastics and supporting cleanup initiatives among many other initiatives to curb plastic pollution. In Kenya, we have organizations like the ICC, or the International Coastal Cleanup Organization, that organize regular beach cleanup activities in collaboration with other organizations along the Mombasa, Kwale, and Kilifi coastal areas. They raise awareness about plastic waste and advocate for sustainable alternatives to single-use plastics. Coastal regions in Kenya like Mombasa, Diani, Watamu attract a significant number of tourists throughout the year. The tourism industry is now embracing sustainable practices such as building ecolodges, responsible wildlife tours, and supporting initiatives to reduce waste and conserve water. This is a way of tourism contributing to the protection of coastal ecosystems in our countries. Kenya and Africa in general is safeguarding its coastal wealth through supporting sea turtle conservation. Kenya particularly is home to several sea turtle species, including the endangered green turtle and the critically endangered hawksbill turtle. We have projects like the Watamu Turtle Watch that engage in monitoring, protection, and rehabilitation efforts to ensure the survival of these majestic creatures. Marine research and monitoring are the backbone for conservation decisions. Without research and monitoring, creating or forming informed decisions on conservation matters can be really difficult. We have many research institutions in Kenya that support marine and fisheries research. An example is KEMFRI, or Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, that conducts studies on marine ecosystems, monitoring various things, for example, water quality, coral bleaching, seagrass monitoring, among many other things that can be monitored in our oceans. All this research creates a source of information that supports conservation decision making. Most African countries are safeguarding their coastal wealth by balancing economic development and environmental stability. This is all crucial if sustainable coastal development is to be achieved. In Kenya, we have coastal development projects that are being implemented with an emphasis on preserving the sensitive ecosystems, either minimizing erosion and integrating sustainable infrastructure solutions that protect the coastal environment. Projects that serve communities do not exist in a vacuum, and conservation projects are no exception. Creating awareness and fostering a sense of responsibility among local communities is vital for the success of any coastal conservation efforts. Organizations engage in educational programs, workshops, and outreach initiatives that educate communities about the importance of the blue economy and empower them to actively participate in its protection. So, public engagement and education are at the forefront for the success of any community related conservation projects. Oh, that was the last um, way of safeguarding our coastal resources for this video. So I'll do a quick wrap up. By safeguarding our coastal wealth through establishing MPAs, promoting sustainable fishing practices, supporting restoration efforts in corals, mangrove, or sea turtles, and reducing plastic pollution, Africa and Kenya is leading the way in nurturing the blue economy. These efforts not only preserve biodiversity, but they also protect our marine habitats and promote sustainable tourism. Through public engagement and education, Africa ensures that the blue economy will become a shared responsibility and a source of pride for generations to come. So, thank you for listening, and I hope this has been informative. Thank you so much, guys, for listening or watching this video. If the video has been informative in any way or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might benefit from it, and don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, from me here, it's ciao for now until the next video. Thank you.